First thing we have to do if we are trying to build a business while working our 9 to 5, you have to see time the same way you see money. The only way to build a business while working a 9 to 5 is to actually create a budget for your time. I want you to start scheduling yourself for your business the way you schedule yourself for your job. There's only 24 hours in a day, so if you were working 8 hours, 9 hours, or even commuting, how do you build your business while working a job? It can be very difficult, but it is not impossible. I want to show you the secret to being able to build a lucrative business while still working a job. Welcome back to another episode of Monetize with Marcus. I'm your host, Marcus Rosier. My goal of these episodes is to take the questions you would ask ChatGPT, YouTube, and Google and answer them in short video form. So you don't have to watch a bunch of videos, click a bunch of links. You can go one place and find the answer to your question and actually do it. And once you found the answer to that question, I want to show you how to turn that idea or that answer into income for your business. Well, today's no different. I want to show, I know there's so many people now that are in that phase where the internet is telling you, you just making, if you work in a job, you just making them rich. No, you're keeping yourself from being poor. You're keeping the lights on, right? So I joke, but I'm serious. I think sometimes people quit too fast, and customers can smell our desperation when we desperately need a sale in order to take care of ourselves. We should not put ourselves in a position where we can't feed ourselves, we can't take care of ourselves unless we convert a sale. Now, I get certain ones of us are built that way, where we only perform well under pressure. Game on the line, 2 seconds left. Baby needs some shoes, wife needs some clothes, right? Some of us in that position. However, you don't have to function from that space. So how do you do both? So I'm gonna speak to two groups. Some of you watching this, you don't want to quit your job. You went to college to get a degree to do the thing you're doing. I've got a client who I really love who's in nursing. She's killing it. She's maybe about 7, 8 years away from retiring. She's not gonna quit that good job where she worked PRN. What is that? When she want to, right? When she want to be on the schedule, she can be on the schedule and generate $60, $80 an hour, right? She's degreed. She's been in it for years. She can retire. Why would she quit to go into entrepreneurship? However, she still wants to build a business. So some of you listening might have gone to college, acquired a degree, love what you do, but you also want to build a business on the side. And some of you are just like, bro, only thing keeping me here is I need more money. So I want to show you, for those of you who are like, the only reason I'm working this job because I'm not making enough money in my business, how do you increase that revenue? And for those who are trying to figure out that work-time balance, let's get into it. First thing we have to do if we are trying to build a business while working our 9 to 5, you have to see time the same way you see money. Say this again. You have to see time the same way you see money. So you know how certain things are outside of your price range? So you'll say, hey, I'm not buying $1 million house because I only make this much money. You've got to see time like money, meaning you have to see some things in your day-to-day schedule like, I can't afford that. You got to make the decision while working your job. You're saying, okay, I'm giving this job 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, however, commute, dress, getting dressed, mental energy, time to decompress. Well, if you physically got to be there, you have to realize that time. Now, I do not believe that time is money. Time is far more valuable than money. However, sometimes we spend our time in ways we wouldn't spend our money. So we're more tight with our money than we are with our time. But the only way to build a business while working a 9 to 5 is to actually create a budget for your time. So the first thing you're going to do if you're trying to leave your 9 to 5, you are going to create a time budget the same way you create a financial budget. To say, this is how many hours I need to run the business of me. This is how many hours I sell in order to pay my bills. This is how many hours my business needs in order to thrive, survive, and keep going. Well, you got 24 hours, fam. So I'm going to say this again. How many hours do you need to run the business of you? Meaning mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, family. Some of us know if we don't spend time with family, we feel off. So you don't want to, at the expense of building the business, go to work, build the business, spend no time with family. Why? Emotionally, you're going to be off. So you're not going to be able to build the business and put your heart into it. I'm teaching you something that people probably wouldn't tell you, because some people say, go all in. You work your 9 to 5, then you go home and work your 6 to 12. Nah, bro, that's emotionally unhealthy. It's mentally unhealthy, emotionally unhealthy, and that's not sustainable. But okay, let me give you an example. This will make all the sense in the world. If you had $100 and your bills was $88. What bill are you paying first? We're just gonna say your mortgage is included in that, your lights, your cell phone bill. What bill are you paying first? Now, if you're anything like me, I ain't paying that cell phone bill. Why? They're gonna let me go at least 2 months before I get a notice. Hey, listen, I can float that. They're not reporting me to collections or turning my phone off, right? So I already know I'm holding on to this, and I'm gonna shoot y'all this little Twinkie. What is that? A $28 bill. I'm gonna shoot you a Twinkie each month. So what bill are you paying first? Where you lay your head. What bill are you paying second? Your light bill. What bill are you paying third? Your transportation. I want you to look at your time that way and say, yo, when I'm dividing out my time, what do I need for me to be okay? How much rest do I need? How much time? How much think time? How much time to read? How much time to accumulate skills? Because when you're dividing this down, before I get into scheduling yourself, you immediately now know, yo, I can't get an 8-hour sleep. Why? I only have 16 left to run me to sell to the job and build my business. That's the budget. The budget now is 16 hours a day if you sleep 8. So you immediately say, where can I tweak this? Well, I can't make more time, but I can cut out something in the budget. All right, so I'm gonna go 6-hour sleep schedule. Boom, I just added another 2 hours. What are you doing with those 2? Those 2 hours might be dedicated to learning, to getting better at my skill or learning marketing so I can acquire more customers. Just like that, you didn't have to create more time. You didn't have to not work. You just picked up 2 hours. Why? Because you're treating your time the way you would treat your financial budget. Did you catch that? So the same way you create a financial budget, you got to create a time budget. This is what I did. I ain't telling you something that I ain't do, family. I'm telling you straight up and down that what I did when I was working for Florida State University, I would get my butt up at 6 a.m. I had to be at work at 8 a.m. What did I do when I got up? I immediately got up and I did my prayer, my reading on down the line, and I practiced speaking. I got in front of the mirror with some cue cards and wrote a word on them and practiced speaking without notes. Why did I do that? Because I felt like at some point in my life, I was going to get so many opportunities. I just believed in myself that I was going to get opportunity to speak, and I wouldn't have time to prepare because so many opportunities were coming in. Well, fam, the gig is up. It ain't nothing on this screen. I am talking to you from my head. So that means those years of preparation actually worked. We don't need this. I can organize in my head. Why? Because I was able to take 30 minutes to an hour all the way back in 2010. Why? I created a budget for my time to invest in me. So now what I'm doing now is reaching into the investment account of my time and pulling out investments from 2010 to be able to serve all the things that I do. All right, so you got that. You're going to create a time budget the way you would create a financial budget. And number 2, you realize that you're going to need customers. Why? You need the ability to generate revenue. So here's what's amazing. It's actually better to have a 9-to-5 than be a full-time entrepreneur when you're building your company. Why? You got money to play with. You know that you get paid on this date and that date. So you can take more risk than the entrepreneur can. Because the entrepreneur got a floor of how much money you got to make to be able to pay either payroll or at least to live his life, gas, etc. Everything comes out of one account. So in this process of you being able to leave your 9-to-5, the first thing I want you to test is your ability to get someone to say yes. You can play with the numbers. You don't have to be the most expensive on the block. What you got to do is increase your efficiency. How do you know how many hours it takes you to serve a client? You test this while you're still working the job and have the money. So you can work with people for free if you need to get case studies that now helps you get other customers. You could say, hey, I'm now doing something special. I realize that most people are not successful alone. I'm doing a partner program where you get a chance to bring you and someone else at half price to work with me in my new system, teaching you how to create a system to leave your 9-to-5 and build your business. Well, now I'm working with 2 customers at a time. I'm doubling the amount of people I'm bringing in. Why do I need this? Because I need case studies. I need the ability to know how much time does this actually take me to do? You might be thinking that you need to stop working because you need all 40 hours when you realize, like, yo, I can do this in an hour a week, right? So number 2, while you're grabbing customers connected to the whole time budget, you're realizing, okay, what is my process to acquire a customer? And here's that next piece. The only way that you're going to grow this thing, the only way that this is going to get faster, easier, better for you while balancing the energy and effort of the job. If the job is demanding where you're on the phone the whole time in the hospital, standing on your feet, it's physical labor. I want you to start scheduling yourself for your business the way you schedule yourself for your job. Most entrepreneurs never create a schedule while they're working a 9 to 5. You know you work from 9 to 6 for that company. What time you work for your business? I don't know. It's the biggest mistake that entrepreneurs make because they do not have a schedule. So you might say, I do not, like, if you were picking up a second job, what hours would you tell them you were available? If you were picking up a second job, if they say, what hours are you available to work? What times would you tell them? That's the time you hire yourself for your company. You get it now. You are literally going to create a schedule for the business and say, I don't want to work every day. I want to work on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. What are you doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday? Spending time with my family, chilling, watching my favorite show, going out to eat. See, because you're running the business of you. And guess what it makes you do? Your belief increases because you feel good knowing, man, I'm not dropping the ball on nothing. I'm doing well at my job. I'm treating my family well. I'm treating myself well, and I'm building my business. What I'm for is creating stress-free millions. It's impossible to create stress-free millions if you drop something you care about to build something that you will eventually care about. You like your business. You don't love it until it makes you money. I don't care what you say. You do not love your business until that thing makes you money. So you don't want to abandon what you love, family, friends, yourself, to do something that you like. That's so good. That's so good. Oh, because you're like, I don't know, I just feel burned out. Why do you feel burned out? Because what you're putting out, you're not receiving back in return. Don't nothing make you feel good like fulfillment. And there's no fulfillment without progress. You need the ability to see progress and say, I am currently doing this with a plan. I created, number one, a budget for my time like I will for my money. Number two, I created a system where I'm testing out right now how to get customers and how long it takes me to serve them. And number three, I now am scheduling myself for my business to where it doesn't take me 40 hours in the business. I don't have to do that right away. But there's some time that I'm scheduled. I know for a fact these are the days I work in my business. And here's a bonus for you. Last but not least, there are 168 hours in a week. You sell your job 40 for whatever amount of money you make. That means you have 128 hours remaining in the week. Now, some of you are going to say, well, not me, I'm a mom. You still got 168 hours. You just got more to do in your 168. The amount of hours in the week didn't change because you got more responsibility. All right? Don't be that person in the comments, okay? Carry the 1 minus the 2. Hush. Hush. 168 hours in a week, you're selling your job 40 for your paycheck. That means you have 128 hours left. No matter how many responsibilities, the hours do not change. So out of the 128, if you say, I'm sleeping for this amount, this is what my body needs, this is what I need mentally, emotionally, physically to not get sick and to show up for myself, deduct that from the time. However many hours you have left, manage it like it's a paycheck. And ladies and gentlemen, this is how you make the transition from a part-time entrepreneur to a full-time entrepreneur if you want to, or if you're working a job and just need this on the side, this is how you go about doing it. It's not just about clients, it's not just about money, it's about the management of time. I'll see you in the next episode. Do me a favor. If you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting on? Press the subscribe button and make sure that you don't miss any notifications of what's coming up. Every Monday, every Thursday at 1 p.m. If you need me, you know where to find me. I will be over here minding my online business. I'll see you in the next episode.